I'm Tom Spears from Post Media. A lot of people are talking about how climate change is going to be one of the top issues in the coming federal election, so we thought it made sense to look back. We're looking back 30 years at all the different promises and targets and commitments governments have made to fix the climate without really achieving any of it so far. Our local city and regional councils made major promises at 3 times in the 1990s to make big cuts in greenhouse gases. But they never really got around to developing a plan. We're still writing discussion papers, but nobody's figured out how do you actually do this. Federal governments made formal commitments on 4 occasions, twice the Liberals, twice the Conservatives at Rio, Paris, Copenhagen, Kyoto. But again, nobody really got around to the planning of how to put it into effect. We haven't actually made any of the major pollution cuts that we intended to make and that we promised to make. We did make some progress in 3 decades, but the only slight progress has come in recession years. And even since the last big recession, we're up again a little bit on the ledger of pollution. We have, however, produced a whole industry of planning, forecasting, measuring, modeling, projecting, and going to conferences. The Paris Agreement signed 4 years ago has 2 sets of target dates. We have to take certain measures by 2030, certain others by 2050. But as with so many of the agreements in the past, the target date always comes up way down the road in somebody else's term of office, so it's never really clear who's responsible for getting there. Today's planning involves a shift to electrification, not just electric lights, but big-scale energy, all clean electricity, you can't burn coal to get it, that will allow nothing but electric cars and electric building heating starting in a few decades. The question is, where does all this electricity come from? There's not enough hydroelectric potential left to dam. Renewables won't do it. You can't burn oil and gas to get it. That largely leaves nuclear. The question is, how much are people really prepared for this? And will voters really want to spend trillions of dollars building all new infrastructure? In a lot of cases, these questions remain unanswered and even unasked.